on to the 49ers Packers, which is a game that's getting a lot of intrigue. This number opened at 6, which I was kind of shocked about. I mean, I guess I kind of got it given the injury concerns that are around there, but I kind of thought it was opening maybe 4.5 ish. It's at 5.5 right now on FanDuel. Could move back to 6, could go lower depending on injury news here. Over under 47.5. What do you make of this game as, I won't say the best game on the board, but a pretty damn good one?
It should be pretty good because obviously these teams have a lot of like playoff history. Rodgers, I believe, is 0-3 against the Niners in the playoffs.
He is.
Yeah. So, I mean, if he has an opportunity to really step on their throat, I expect him to. And this game, how's Jimmy G? And I know Jimmy G has, played in New England, but how's Jimmy G going to do when, it's 0 degrees? How's the entire San Francisco team going to do? That's where I'm a little bit concerned. And it's hard to kind of trust the Packers just because, I mean, they never live up to their expectations come playoff time. But something about this game, just with the weather, with that history of the Niners, and Aaron Rodgers being 0-3, I just kind of feel like the Packers might actually kick the shit out of them. I know that they played earlier this year, it was 28-30. Packers won, but I mean, it's way different now. So I actually, even though it's kind of a large spread here, I'm going Pack right now.
This game is going to be so cold. Like I think at kickoff, it's supposed to feel like below, like -10 is what I think I saw. The low is 2 degrees, and I think it's supposed to feel like below freezing. So, or minus like 10. That's a cold ass game. And I think there's legitimate concern. I mean, Jimmy G is dealing with a thumb injury. Like that's, I mean, apparently the team doctors have done a phenomenal job of numbing that up to where it doesn't affect the entire hand. But, that he credits that now, is an excuse. Is there some legitimacy to it? He credits it to that interception where he kind of overthrew the guy in the Cowboys game where he just couldn't get a good grip on the ball due to the injury. But like, he played a pretty good 2 quarters, and then I do wonder maybe the numbing wore off a little bit, loses his grip, and we start to see him play a little less well. But that's also Jimmy's history is like once the wheels start to fall off the bus, they really fall off the bus. Like he's good until he gets hit in the mouth, and then it's like doesn't respond that great. How fucking good is Deebo Samuels though? Like, can we just take a moment before we get into this? Like how fucking good this dude is.
So good, an absolute starter. He could. Honestly, he could, if he really wanted to, he could probably rush for 1,300 yards.
This man's amazing. Like, I don't know if I would, like, I struggle with this. Like, is he the best overall player right now? Like, I don't know if I would say best overall, but it's hard because I'm like, you can play him at running back, play him at wide receiver. When he gets into open space, he's arguably one of the best players in open space. Like, maybe not like the best at a single thing, but like overall weapon, he might be the most dynamic weapon right now in the league. I
would agree with that. I really can't think of anyone off the top of my head. I mean,
like there are better players.
Oh yeah, he's not like I think Devontae Adams is a better wide receiver,
right?
Deebo Samuel, but Deebo Samuel as just a football player and like
it's insane.
Yeah, he's a freak.
Freak.
The most physical wide receiver I think I've ever seen.
And that is something they did not have to deal with.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he is in absolute insanity. And they didn't have to deal with him at running back when they first played because outside of the Bengals-Titans game, these are all rematches from previously in the season. And Deebo was not at running back. They're now using him at running back. They're running the ball better. The offense is a little bit more dynamic. So the 49ers do have that going for them. I think Nick Bosa is the big one that we have to worry about here. If you think Nick Bosa is going to play, I don't hate the value at 5.5, 6. I also don't hate maybe teasing it up. If he's not going to play, that becomes tougher because the Packers injury report looks a little bit more grim. Like Jair Alexander is most likely going to be out. They're going to have some other key guys probably out. The Nick Bosa thing, I've heard read conflicting things that, he looked fine in practice. There hasn't been a ton of word on him. Well, not fine, but he practiced in a limited capacity type of deal. That's a big one, I think, because if they can't get after Rodgers with natural pressure, 49ers like to play a lot of zone. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he's a fucking nightmare when you play man, but he's gonna just similar to Tom Brady against the Eagles last week. Like he's the quarterback that like if you play zone, he's just gonna kill you by 1,000 paper cuts. Like it's just death by 1,000 paper cuts because he's just gonna take what you give him and just keep marching down the field. And the concern is if they get up early, Jimmy G cannot play from behind. But that can work I could see that working the 49ers' favor if it's a slow game and they're moving offensively. I do have questions about this Packers defense. I know people love it and it has firmed up, but like down the stretch, they did not play the best quarterbacks the league has to offer. They played some pretty bummish quarterbacks, if we're being honest here, down the stretch. So how good is that, especially with Jaire Alexander? I think there's value in the 49ers at 6 if you think Bosa is going to play, which I lean towards. If you think Bosa is not going to play, well,
Bosa, as soon as Bosa went out last week, that game changed. Like
100%.
Instantly. Like
yes.
Right away.
Instantly did. Are you doing anything total wise or are we staying away from that?
I'm kind of leaning towards the under, honestly.
I do too. I think it's going to be a lot. Like I said, a lot of kind of like short passes from the Packers, take what the 49ers give you, the bend don't break, and then they're going to run the ball. So tick, 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 tick. Time off the clock. I'm with you on that.
Yep.